and welcome to the monthly roundup of what's been happening here at the TV Training Academy. Rather than sending out a newsletter, poor old Gemma has to spend hours typing it all up. We thought we'd just make a little video because after all that is what we do. We are a presenter and on-screen camera communication company. So you probably know Gemma. Hello Gemma.
Hello.
Hello. So the first thing we are going to talk about is a summary then of the 5-day course. So how did the 5-day course go?
I think it went really well. We had really unique TV presenters, all from different backgrounds. We're all passionate in different areas of life, and I think what we had last month was something, it was quite special, I think. Mm-hmm. I mean, every month is special. We meet, you know, lots of really, really nice, you know, lovely presenters, but I think when you find someone that's really passionate about something and is really driven, there's just that charisma and just that special ingredient, and I think we had that last month.
We did. We had a great bunch of people, and we also had some great guests on that course. First, of course, was Annabelle Knight, the lovely Annabelle Knight, sex and relationships expert, who's worked on This Morning, and she's also done Big Brother's bit on the side. She mentioned another show that she'd just filmed, which I can't remember.
She was filming Loose Women.
Oh, she was doing Loose Women,
done
yeah.
that yet, but she was going to be. So,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she came in. She was our celebrity guest, who was on the couch, not here actually, on the far side of the studio, and that was great because, you know, on a course, the dynamic, after a couple of days, you start to get to know each other and people relax, and it's kind of like, it's not a real life sort of exercise. But you bring in a celebrity who a lot of people will recognise from the TV or from the media, and then all of a sudden, what happens is those nerves are back, and people were doing a 10-minute show with the talk back and with multi-camera and working with props and interviewing techniques and working to time, and yeah, people get really nervous on that, and it's good though, but they get that real great experience that sort of puts them in such good stead for an audition and screen test, because when you're auditions and screen tests, guess what? You got a few nerves, haven't you? So that was a 5-day course, yeah?
Yeah.
What else did we do? We had Nick Way?
Nick Way, yeah, he came on the 5-day course as well, and he did a talk about microphones, how to use microphones properly, and also custom-made earpieces. Now I'll pop a few pictures below because I got my earpieces made, and I think it makes such a difference if you go to an audition or a casting with your own earpiece. Immediately, I think, whether it's the casting director or the producer or the director, they're at ease because they know straight away they're working with a professional. Yeah,
it's a really good first impression, isn't it?
And also, when you're doing an audition, or if you get the job and you're on live or an as live show, the last thing you want to be doing is worrying about your earpiece falling back.
Because those generic ones, because we use obviously we have to use generic ones here on the training courses, because we're not going to get these done for everybody who comes along. So we've got a couple of different sizes, but they're always falling out. When we're doing the talkback exercises, you can see people fiddling around and putting them in, and you don't want that at a screen test, as you say. It doesn't help you as a performer anyway, because you're worried about this earpiece falling out, and you should be focused on what you're doing.
Yeah, and also Nick made a very good point about cleanliness and hygiene, which is quite disgusting, you know, what happens inside your ear, and you know, it's so close to your brain as well, and you really want to be sharing an earpiece with, wow, if it was Ant and Dec, I wouldn't mind. No, I'm kidding. It's quite disgusting, so you really should be looking to get your custom-made earpiece, and Nick has kindly said to all our subscribers and students that he will offer them some discount, so I'll pop his details at the bottom, and just contact him and mention the TV Training Academy, and he'll sort something out for you. A special
TV Training Academy here at Pinewood Studios discount from Nick Way, Pure Tone earpieces. Excellent. Okay, what else happened? So that course was done. The show was being edited as we speak, and they'll be going out fine. We also had, I'm just looking at our list here, I can't even see that. You wrote that. I can't see earpieces. Shopping TV course. Oh, that's what we did as well. We had a great shopping TV course here at Pinewood, and that was 2 distinct areas on the shopping TV course. We look at the live and interactive shows that traditionally were things like Bid Up TV falling price auctions, price drops, stuff like that. They're still about, but we also looked at the other style, which was more sort of magazine show, like the QVCs, like the Ideal Worlds as well. So we had both exercises looking at some of the subtler sales techniques that you use on those channels, looking at working with those on-screen graphics. And again, each one of those students are going to get their show reel with those 2 clips plus an intro, all combined, which is great. I mean, the thing is, though, when I was a working presenter, I don't do much now. You can probably see why. What I used to have is like 3 separate show reels. So I did do a lot of shopping TV, and I'd have a show reel for shopping TV. But then the more mainstream stuff, or the business stuff, or the more magazine stuff, I'd have a different show reel for that. So I ended up having 3 different styles or genres of show reels, and you know, it's a good idea to get a few other little areas. So, you know, you don't want to spread yourself too thin on your main show reel. So if you come up with kids TV presenting, and then shopping TV presenting, and then a little bit of science documentary making, and I also like sports journalism and broad... A producer looks at that and I don't know what I'm getting. Your main show reel can have a bit of diversity, but then if you do want to go for anything really specific like children's TV, like shopping's TV, then get those 2 different show reels done as well. And you know what? How much is that shopping TV course? £85?
Oh, we did a special offer.
Did we?
It's usually £252.
Oh, okay. So it's usually £252. They got it for 85 on that occasion.
Which included the show reel as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
How do we do it? How do we do it?
And the thing about shopping TV is that it really can teach you about presenting in a live studio. And you know, your end goal might not be working on shopping TV, but to learn all the techniques and be really out with your comfort zone when it's live, and you've got someone telling you all the information in your ear, and you know you're it's like spinning plates. You're doing so much, I think you can really get a solid foundation for TV presenting, and after you do that for a while, you no longer feel a fake, because everyone feels a fake when they start out a career. And you know, TV presenting, actors, singers, any sort of performing, you almost have to fake it before you make it.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that, isn't it? And you're right, just that shopping TV, I remember when I first started and doing live TV, like 3 hours on live TV, 5 nights a week. Up until that point, just as you said, there was jobs I'd done, and I'd done some really nice jobs for like BBC, I'd done Sky Sports, and I remember getting a comment from a producer on Sky Sports saying, Brian, we all agreed that your performance was the best of the campaign and all this, and it was, but still, in the back of my head, I was thinking, yeah, but I just fluked that bit, I fluked this, and why was I telling myself that? Well, it's inexperience, but yeah, and it is just, after I got that shopping TV, and then it was after 2 weeks, only 2 weeks of doing it 3 hours a night, I just suddenly went, I can't find any more excuses now. I'm feeling dead comfortable in front of the camera. I'm just chatting. I'm not really doing too much. I'm not working too hard. Remember, the best presenters don't present. Where have we heard that before? And then that feeling of fakeness goes away. So I agree with you. I think it's a great place to learn your trade, to learn studio work, to learn presenting, and get really solid foundation in it. You don't need to tell everybody you've done shopping TV. Sometimes there is a bit of snobbery in the industry. Not everywhere, not everybody's snobbery towards that, but some people are, oh, shopping TV, no, we're looking for proper presenters. It's really snobby, but it does happen.
I think if you can do shopping TV, you can just about do everything, if I'm honest.
But you don't need to show that work or put it on your CV if that's not the direction you want to go, but it's a great learning ground, as you say. So super. The other big event this month, last month, was that I grew a little beard.
Oh yeah.
I had a beard, and I had to shave it off actually. But I only shaved it off a couple of days ago. So yeah, what do you think of the beard? Beardy me?
I like the beard. Why did you have to shave it off, Brian?
Why? I can't remember. Oh, I went to an audition, didn't I? For something.
Tell everyone about your audition.
No, we don't want to know about my auditions. You know.
You won on a scratch card this week.
I did. I got a £5. Cost me £10 to get them. Okay, is that it? What else have we done? Or are we rounding up now?
I was going to quickly mention my sort of motivational speech. I've decided to do a 6 weeks fitness challenge. So the first was last night. So I'm a little bit achy today. And basically it's circuit training for half an hour. But they also watch your diet. They give you advice on the diet, and they're really, really motivational, and they want to get the best out of you. But there was a girl in the group who she felt that she wasn't doing as well as me. But yeah, I was looking at someone else going, well, actually, I wish I was doing as good as you. And I think in life, we have to remember not to compare ourselves to everyone, because someone will always be comparing themselves to you, yet you're always comparing yourself to somebody else. Now, it is nice to have a mentor and someone that inspires you, but I think you have to focus on yourself. And every day, if you do something towards your goal, so most of the people watching this video will be performers, actors or TV presenters or singers. So what are you doing each day for your career? Now, many people will probably have 9-to-5 jobs as well, and they'll be doing this outside their 9-to-5 jobs. But what are you doing to get your career sort of launched or get more work? Are you applying to castings every day? Are you doing something for your YouTube channel once a week? Are you going out? So for example, somebody said to me this week they wanted to do sports reporting. So I said, well, go down to your local club or football club, get a camera, or even just do it on your iPhone to start with. Just make sure that you've got proper sound, and start filming pieces to camera and start interviewing some of the players. And sooner or later you're going to have a collection of clips. You're going to be a presenter, and things get noticed on YouTube all the time. We had a production company this week that contacted us looking for students because they've been through our YouTube channel. So never underestimate.
That's right. Yeah, they were, weren't they? They're looking for
YouTube channel.
Yeah, it was a big company as well. We're just going to keep the name of them. But yeah, really big, and they were looking for students because they'd seen our YouTube channel. So I absolutely agree. You know, that sports journalist person.
Yeah.
Just 2 or 3 minute PTCs at the local football clubs or wherever, make their YouTube channel, and then you don't feel like a fake for a start, but then you've got somewhere to send people when they ask to see your work.
I think do an action plan every week. So on Monday, so that every week I'm going to apply on all the casting websites. On Tuesday I'm going to sit and do script writing. On Wednesday I'm going to do some auto cue training. And you know what, if you miss a night, because we've all got commitments and we all socialise, but don't be hard on yourself. Just remember how far you've come. I always remember being told a few years ago, someone that was giving up smoking, who smoked 10 cigarettes a day, and when they went to their sort of weekly meetings, they'd only managed to smoke 9 a day. And it was like, well, that's one less. And that's still progress, because you're not going to get overnight progress. You're not going to get overnight success.
Well, you always hear the people who do, but they're the absolute exceptions, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're the exceptions for the rule. But the reality of it, it's hard work. Keep at it, keep at it, keep at it, just as Gemma says. I agree. Oh, that's great. I wish you the best of luck with that. And it's going for 6 weeks, did you say?
6 weeks, so I'm hoping to lose 2 stone.
Wow, there'll be nothing of you. I'll be sat here with a tiny little stick figure. So I think that's just about it, isn't it? If you've got any questions, do pop them below wherever you're watching this. Let us know what you think about our new newsletter, not a newsletter, news roundup thing. If you prefer it this way, let us know. If you'd rather Gemma go back to the old newsletter, let us know. Put your comments, questions below. Like, share us, do us a favour, share on the intertwitty net facey thing. That's what it's called.
And keep us posted with all your success stories. We love hearing your success stories, no matter how big or small.
We'll see you next time. Cheers.
Okay, bye.